Stores at 10 miles an hour. Oh, well, I guess since we had the last one was uh, Debbie's. Well, now there was the guy Bob Barnett. Well, we could say I don't know how we're gonna do the title. We should just go by his official name, Robert Barnett. But yeah, he was always known as Bob. He, you might remember back in the caravan stories that he was just somebody on the crew, and nobody's naming any names. But see, what I think that the evidence is that he's likely dead. So we're gonna put him in here, and I'll tell you what I remember about Bob. I will never forget you, Robert Barnett. Okay, well, okay, so he was the one when we went on a caravan out of L.A. and um, it that's when I met Bob, and it was kind of funny. Me and another guy, we would say we pronounce his name Bob, just kind of funny. Um, he was trying to be a boss, but the big boss man was a younger man, so I actually eventually wound up using that in one of the lyrics of my songs. And anyway, so we got done with that caravan. We wound up we went from L.A. to Washington State, and we crisscrossed back towards. We wound up back in Florida. And then yeah, later on we hooked up again, and these are just a few more details about his life, because I'm gonna tell you at the end of the video how he might have died. So so yeah, he was on the crew with us in Florida, and then we split up. I ran back into working with the crew when he teamed up with the previous person that I paid tribute to, Debbie. They had started they tried to be a money making organization, but they can't be a money organization. They can't. They did stuff with political campaigns, but they were fledgling because they only if they want to call themselves an actual company, they need to go straight arrow to the top. They can't be going through other people, because then all they'll ever be is just a underlying what's known as the coordinator, but they're not an actual company. That's what they couldn't seem to understand. So the two of them, they did okay, but one of the messed up things about Bob was, okay, so he says he's gonna pay us all this money that he owed us, but there was a couple of troublemakers that got in the way, and there was a methamphetamine addict and a cocaine addict, and between the two of them, they kept asking me, could they advance, um, could Bob advance them money. Well, that money came out of my paycheck, and then Bob was, and my brother, little brother, also on the crew. Uh, what he did was he used out the money that he owed us to advance uh, some criminal type folks the money, and then we never got paid because they never produced anything to pay for the advance. See, they knew that they could work Bob to just make ends meet. And but the problem was it was a situation of rob Peter to pay Paul. So if I was Peter, and Paul got paid, sure enough, but see, it wasn't like rob Peter to pay Paul. It was rob Peter to borrow money from Paul to. You see what I mean? Is like he had his finances all messed up. So that's you'd have to go back to the caravan videos to understand now. And so, well, to make a complicated story short, with I in the end I never got paid, and then what I heard about him was, and you'd have to go back to the caravan stories to understand, but so, and now I'm revealing his name because he's presumed to be dead because I was told he was working on a campaign in Texas, and it might have been an unpopular campaign. I can't remember, but he was hit by a truck crossing the street or the road, and they put him in the hospital, and he had to be placed into an induced coma. So, and he was very old. He's just getting older and older. So he's in his late 70s. I don't know. Uh, but I just assume, I think I heard future rumors that he died, but I don't know. You never know. I wish I could say more positive things about Bob, but he wound up dead. So the end of him, and I never got paid my money he owed him, but he never should have set up a. He should have stood up and said, "Hey, look, clowns, don't be asking me for the advance. I'm not gonna advance you shit." I would if I would pay the people off that work for me, and then I get paid, and then maybe I have a little money. You say you ain't got any money, and I'm gonna advance you. But the moral of the story is don't advance somebody some money that you owe somebody else. Don't rob Peter to pay Paul. It's a little different. Don't rob Peter to advance money to Paul. See? So that's how he got all messed up. But he probably had worse problems than that. Well, we got to cut. We're gonna try to upload it and get it ready for you folks, and I appreciate you for watching. Something down to earth about real people, about real stories that really happened. And you can help by like and subscribe and comment YouTube